Hello guys, it's Silverly here, and today I'm gonna be talking about my second week of Jamuary. So Jamuary is this challenge that I'm doing in which I make a game every day for the whole month of January. And let me tell you, the themes this week, they're so bad. And I chose them, but they are so bad that it was really hard getting through them. And I chose them. So let's begin. On day 8, the first day of this week, on the 8th day of the challenge, the theme was Tranquil. And Tranquil is a horrible theme for a game, because what can you do with it? Like, maybe about meditating, or maybe a game about tranquility, or a place that's tranquil. I even thought about making a game in a Japanese garden, but that simply couldn't be done. Not in the time that I had, and not with my art skills. So I decided to make a game that is relaxing, that is chill, that's tranquil. And with that, I decided to do a farm game, because they are normally chill and relaxing, you just watching grass grow. I mean, some people take watching grass grow to some extremes, but normally they are very relaxing. And that was my inspo. So I did this very simple farm game where you can plant seeds and water them, you watch them grow, and you collect them. It's very simple. It was also very easy to do, but it was also very fun. And I intend to do a tutorial on how to do it, because seriously, it's so simple, this game. And it also has these tools here, you know, like water to water your plants, and you also have fertilizers to make them grow faster. And you can also work on a lot to buy it. And that's it, you can expand the farm. You start with 4 open slots, and you can expand it with time. So for day 8 that was it, and it's the cutest game. Seriously, I'm very proud of it. And be warned, this one is the cutest. The other ones are very ugly compared to this. So let's go to the other ones. Day 9, the theme was experience, and experience is a very important part in a lot of games, but using it to maybe level up your character or something like that. But the thing is, it's hard, and I only had one day. So what I decided to do with experience was to combine the experience of leveling up with experience as in a person that has lived a lot. And in doing so, I made this game where you start as this little knob, because honestly I wasn't doing any more sprites for the game. I was tired and I didn't want to draw anything. So you start as this little knob. You start as a baby, you can't actually move or do anything. But once you get to being a child, you can eat berries and level up. And as you level up, you become stronger and faster, but you also can grow old. And as a teen, you're a little bit stronger, but you're not as faster as you were as a kid. And as an adult, you're also stronger than a teen, but you're not as fast. And as an elderly, you are a bit weaker and a bit slower also. So you have 1 minute to eat as many berries as you can to level up as much as you can, but after this 1 minute you die. So you can level up and grow old, and that's how I fit experience into that. And that was it for day 9. On day 10, the theme was uncovered, and I knew I wanted a mystery game where you were a detective and maybe you found things out, maybe you solved a puzzle. But the thing is, I didn't have a lot of time, so I decided to make the smallest possible game with the theme. And in that case, I was inspired by a game I played when I was little. You know, New Pets? Yeah, so there's this mini game there called Eye of the Storm, where you look for the storm in a board. And in this board, there are people pointing towards the storm, and you try to find it in as few clicks as possible. So here, you are a detective looking for a burglar, and there are people snitching out on the burglar, and you try to find him in as little clicks as possible. It turned out fun and completed. I actually liked this game, and I also like this color pattern that I made here. It was inspired by Neopets out of the storm, and that's it. It was fun. So on day 11, the theme was mental, and it was quite hard. I thought about doing something involving brain or something like that, but I decided to go with the insanity part of mental, like that guy's mental, you know? And, well, first, there's this little quote of Einstein's about insanity, and it's basically insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And this game is about fighting guards with your bow and arrow over and over again and never getting anywhere. The only thing that can happen to you is A, you kill the guards, or B, you die. So that was it. And it's actually mental as well, because like this guy's mental, he's fighting like endless waves of guards forever and ever, and if you ask me, that's pretty mental. The focus on this day for me was to make animations and to use the animation system of Unity as much as possible. And the player has animations for when they shoot, when they start shooting, when they walk in all 4 directions, and the guards as well. They have animations for when they walk, animations for when they attack the player, and both the player and the guard, they all have animations for when they die. So this is the game that has the most animations so far, I guess. And to make the animations, I simply couldn't make them by hand. Not in a day, absolutely not in a day. So I used this universal LPC Spritesheet character generator, and it's really fun. You can create multiple characters of multiple genders and even fantasy races. It's very fun. It's very good. You should try it out if you like making games or making sprites. I'll surely be trying it out later as well. It's very fun. So that was it for day 11. I'm really proud of the animations, even though I didn't draw them. I'm proud I added them to the game, and it looks fun, you know? So yeah. On day 12, the theme was pity, and that's another theme that was simply too hard. Like, what can you think about pity? Do you pity the player? Do you pity what? It's terrible. It's a terrible theme, and I don't know why I put it on the themes, but when I was looking for inspiration, I remember Melanie Martini's Pity Party video, where it's just like this girl left alone with her teddy bears because she threw a birthday party and no one showed up. And that's actually really, really sad. But the game uses that, and you're one of the teddy bears, and you must eat the cake while the girl isn't looking. So first, think about how sad it is to throw a party, throw a birthday party even, and no one show up. Like, that sounds so sad. But then, you throw a birthday party, no one shows up, and someone eats your cake and you don't know who ate it. Because it's your teddy bear who's hiding from you, you know? So you're actually a bit mean on this game, you know, because you're leaving her without friends and without cake, but that's the premise. So yeah, it's fun, and I drew this, and drawing this was the most time-consuming part, and it looks very bad because I drew this. But it's okay, you know, I had a little time, I couldn't be making art pieces, so I had to settle down for how this looks. Anyways, day 13, Forge. This was one of the simplest games I made. I mean, not one of the simplest, but it was very easy to come up with an idea because Forge is a mechanic in a lot of games. So I decided to use Forge, as in you mix materials, put them in a forge, and a sword comes out. It's very simple, and it's not that much of a challenge. And on this one, I decided that I didn't want to make sprites for all the swords, all the materials. No, I went with words. I really used Unity's text and focused on using the text too as well as I could. It turned out okay. I mean, it's not the best game I've made, but it's okay. You mix materials and you can make up to 6 words, so it's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. It's there. Then, on day 14, the theme was conscience. So I thought about doing a game with the expanding brain meme, you know, the one where you put text and You know the one. And I decided to make it with 2048. And you must be wondering, how? What? What it is 2048 with the mind meme. And you must combine the smaller minds to get the bigger minds until you'll have this transcendent mind, you know? And the thing is, I did the sprites this time. I did the pixel art for it. And as you guys can see, it came out terribly ugly. It has no animations, and the only visual part are these sprites. And I'm not really proud of them, but they are there. And that's it. It's just a 2048 with minds and brain, because the theme was conscious. You get it? Conscience. You're expanding your conscience. And that's it. So with day 14 finished, I was over with week 2. And let me tell you guys something. I didn't just do 7 games this week. I also took part in another jam. I don't know why I did this, but I took part in the core game jam. So on day 10 and day 11, I was actually doing the core game jam. And I did the day 10 and day 11 games later. And about the core game jam, I did a game and it was okay. But when I posted it, it was full of bugs. And that was it. So yeah. I made 8 games this week. I'm so tired right now, and you can see that I was just over with thinking a lot about the games. I just went for it. Whatever idea I had, there was no bad idea, you know? I just went for it. And I think that's good, actually, because when you overthink the idea or the code or how you're doing the code, sometimes you can get stuck because you think you have to do this great game. But this is a game every day, and the intention is to just do them. Not to be the best game designer ever, but to just do the games. And I'm happy I did them. Even if the themes this week were just horrible, even with that, I'm happy with how things turned out. I'm happy with what I made this week, and in the end, it's actually pretty good. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. This is only my second video, and I truly hope I get better at editing, because it actually takes time of my day, and if I'm doing a game every day, it takes time from doing my game, so I'm late for next week because I haven't edited this video yet. So yeah, I really need to get this straight, you know. That was it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.